Okay. So I've left some things out to use from our companion bundle. Okay. Now we've all seen what's in the regular bundle. I'm going to set some things aside here. Okay, there's some golden sheen obsidian. These might look cool in our necklace with our other thing there. Okay, I don't think I want to use these. Here's our melons. I have a plan for these. Okay, I don't think I want to use those. Okay, here's some cool crystals. There's that one. Let me get the bead caps out of here. Okay, the chain. I don't think I need the barrel beads. Okay, so I got some 8mm golden sheen obsidian here. I'm going to take these out because I think those would look pretty cool with the 10mm ice obsidian. Okay. And I'm going to take these little spacers out. We might want those. Okay. With this particular package here, I'm only going to use this piece. I'm going to turn it into a tassel. So I'm going to use that. I'm going to hang on to these. I'm not sure what I'll do with them quite yet. But we're going to put those away in our bargain bead box bag for now. Okay. I'm not going to use these crystals today either. I wanted to try and make a project that, even though I'm using bits and pieces from each particular little Halloween bundle that Bargain Bead Box did for the month of October, I want to do 3 projects. And I'm going to borrow bits and pieces from whatever bundle has what I want. I may pull in some things from my stash as well. So I'm going to talk about what I'm going to do with the first item. Oh, I want to put those away. I'm going to make these in no particular order, and I'm not going to do them all on camera because I don't want this to be a 2-hour-long video. Okay. We talked about this in my unboxing at the beginning of this film, or this recording, about these melon beads and how they are orange with white. So my initial thought was to do like a Beetlejuice thing. Beetlejuice is like black and white and purple and white, but it's mainly these stripes is what that is what's giving me the Beetlejuice vibes for this particular project. So this Midnight, what was it called? October Nights. Has got orange and purple in it. So since this is already giving me Beetlejuice vibes with this white striping on these orange beads, I thought it would be cool to put the purple rondelles, pick out the purpley ones in here and put them in between here. I think it's going to be too long for a bracelet. But we can always just see what it does. Put a purpley one in between each one of those. Oh, can I just unknot that? Let's see, are my nails long enough to get a hold of it so that I can just unknot it? That would be ideal. Okay. I can just unknot. Okay, perfect. Okay, so we are going to pick out the ones with the most purple in them. I'm not going to steer clear of the orangey ones entirely, but I do want more of the purple for this particular project. That one's got just a little bit of orange in it, but that's okay. I really, really, really like this mix of purple and orange in the stone. Use that one. Okay. Let's see, how many do I have? That's probably all I need. So okay. Ooh, look at this. I have got a purple. What color does it say it is? Plum. It says plum on it. This is an Econoflex wire. It's not a bad wire. It's not the best wire. But we're going to try it out. So a 7-strand wire is really, it doesn't have as much drape as the 49-strand, but it still has the same strength. So this one says it's 20 pounds strength. So it still has a good strength to it. It's just not as flowy, in my opinion. I don't snub my nose at 7-strand, put it that way. Okay, let's do that. Oh, that's 7-strand too. I just kind of want to show you what the difference is as far as the drape goes. This one is a 49-strand. And I just broke that. That's not good. But you can kind of see how it's a little bit more flexible. So it doesn't stay straight. Whereas the 7-strand kind of stays straight. So it's just not as much flex. That one's a 49 strand and it's a yellow one. And this one has a 26-pound strength test, but again, I don't think it's that big of a deal. Let's just put my broken little thing on that. Let's see. 49. I wanted to try and find a 19 strand. Okay. This is the Extreme Flex. And this is a 19 strand. I mean, it's a softer wire even than the 49 strand as far as like the coating feels on it. But it's kind of stiff like the 7 strand. But the diameter is the same. It's the same diameter. Everything is the same. This one has a 15-pound stress test. So really it just depends on what you want out of your wire. So I am going to use this wire. One, because it's purple. And I like this purple color that it's got going on here. It's kind of a metallic-y purple. I like it, shiny purple. Okay. And let's play. So we're going to put a spacer, a purple bead, spacer, and let's put a melon on there. Oh, yes. I think that's exactly what I want.
I decided it would be best to speed through at least the stringing process. I left in the parts where I talked about the difference in the 7-strand wire and the 49-strand wire, but we're going to speed through on the stringing parts of this bracelet. And you're going to see this again in the next project. I will speed through the stringing process as well.
Okay, so after we make this one, I'm going to pause the video and I will come back tomorrow for the second project. Okay, now we're just going to pinch this a little bit so that the crimp bead will go further up. Let's get that crimp bead right there in the divot and we're going to pull it up. Okay, now we're going to squish. We're going to create that little ravioli. We're going to go and we're going to squish it again and again and again, just opening it microscopically and going around and around and around until that bead forms and you're not getting any resistance from the crimp. Just make sure your crimp is going right into that crevice. Open it up a little wider if you have to. Okay. Pull test, nothing. Now the holes on these beads are big enough that I could just slide a little bit of excess right into the next few beads. I'm going to pull out a little bit more. Okay. And I'm going to cut. Let's pull out just a smidge more. Okay. All right. Let's get a crimp bead on here. Or crimp tube, I should say. Okay. All right, go through the hole. Here we go. Okay. All right, come on. You should just pull. That is one thing with the 7-strand. It does not always cooperate as well as it should when you're trying to maneuver it to get it to close down. There we go. Squeeze it just a little bit more. Come on. Okay. All right. Got our ravioli. Turn it. And keep turning. All right. That is not going anywhere. Get in here and we're going to trim our excess wire right off. Okay. There's our bracelet. And now I need a clasp. Let me get that and that. And I'm gonna grab a clasp. Oh. Okay, so this particular size clasp is not gonna work. That is a 9mm stainless steel clasp. He is too small. Oh. Okay. I just saw some regular clasps in my drawer here. And if I can find them relatively quickly. Okay, those are too big. Okay, so the ones in my drawer there are too big, but I did see some smaller clasps. There's one that's actually gold. I don't want gold. And those are a little small too. I'm going to use this one. Perfect. That is the right size. All right. There's going to be a lot of editing on this video because I got to post it on Friday. But I don't have time to make my other projects. Oh, whoops, that's the wrong. I did not mean to put him on here. Okay. I already know this works because I attached all these little tags when I tested these clasps. Okay. I'm gonna say that this ended up being 7.5 to 8 inches, because that's way too big for me. Yep, 8 inches, right on the money. And so now I am curious if it will fit my ankle. Not that this is the right size for an ankle bracelet, but nope, will not fit. Okay, so bracelet is 8 inches. I think it will fit my sister, but I really like how that turned out. That is very nice. All right, so that one is done. I'm just gonna let it sit on the bracelet mandrel for now. Okay, it is 1:40 in the morning. Put that one away. All right, here is my Extreme Soft Flex in silver. All right. I have some bails, but I don't think I want to put the bail on there. I think the bail will be too big. Let's see. I wonder if just a simple jump ring will fit on that. Okay, so here's the problem. The oval jump ring does not like it. But I think around a jump ring would work. Okay. This one might be too small. Oh yeah, that's too small. But let's see. sorry for hitting that. I have some twisted jump rings that I think I would like better with it because it gives more interest to go along with that faceted. Obsidian, please, please, please go through the hole. Of course not. Because that would be way too easy, right? Oh, that's disappointing. The gauge on the rounds is too big. Of course, I can find the brass bales, I can find the giant silver bales, but not the smaller bales. That would be too easy. Let's try this giant oval. I bet it fits on that. Watch me be proven wrong again, though. Wouldn't be surprised. That's a really big jump ring. Oh yeah, that gauge is way too big. Yep. Okay, let's see, what do I have? Do I have any bigger silver jump rings in my stash of findings? No, because the jump ring box is not here. Where's the jump ring box? Oh. Huh. Okay. Did I just overlook it? No. Okay, where's the jump ring box? Oh, here's a larger jump ring. Let's try this one. Let's try the 6mm. Okay, we have a winner. Maybe, if I can close it. Okay. Okay, I think I deformed that jump ring. Oh, I got him stuck. It's like not round anymore. Okay. Just take the jump ring that doesn't want to move very well. Get a new one. Okay, let's try this again. Really? Now it doesn't want to go in at all? There we go. There we go. See, can I turn it back? I almost feel like I'd be better off just wire wrapping it. Making a bail. Instead of messing with this. don't need the whole strand of the labradorite, so I am going to take about half of the strand. Okay. We're going to do about that much. And we're going to take about half of the obsidian as well. And I just want to throw in a few little pops of this orange. I just want just a smidge of the glow in the dark in here. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, and 14. Oops. All right. And I want those in the front. So I don't want the lanterns in here. They're too big. They're too bulky. I don't see. Where's the hole? All right. Two, one. Okay. I probably should have 2 piles here so that I have enough beads. All right. Let's see. We got 5, 10, 15, 16 on that side. And we've got 5, 10, 15, 16, 17. And 17 on that side. And 18 on this side. Just double check. 5, 10, 15, 18. Now we have 1 on here. So we're going to do 5, 10, 15, 17, 18. Oh, I might have one too many. 5, 10, 15. Okay. I do have one too many, so we're going to put that here. All right, so I have 3 on here, so let's put 3 over here. And 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2. One, 5, 10. Okay. I need 2 more labs. All right, there's our beaded chain. I'm not going to finish this off. I'll finish it off camera after I wire wrap this. So it will get finished off camera and you will see it at the end. Okay. Oops. Well, I don't know where I stuck the bag for the faceted pendant, so I'm just going to put it in this bag for now, just to protect it. Okay, there's our project. And I've stashed the crimp somewhere. Okay. Now, my plan is to bead crochet a Halloween wrap bracelet. So, what's not going on the bracelet are these bugle beads, because they're really not conducive to bead crochet. So I'm just gonna pick them up here. I'm also not going to use these 2 beads here. I'm not going to use this entire mix either. So, and I can avoid picking up the bugle beads. I just kind of want to get them out of the way a little bit. There's a lot of really great colors in here. This wrap bracelet's going to be awesome. So I'm just going to randomly pick up beads and string them on to some Ceylon, and I'm gonna get as close to black as I can on the Ceylon. I don't know that I have a straight up black. And then I'm going to turn my end into a needle, and I'm just going to randomly select beads out of this mix to go on to my Halloween bracelet. So I am going to call it a night tonight. And I will spend some time tomorrow recording and editing this video, because I do want to keep it to as close to an hour and a half as possible. And right now I probably have about 2 hours of footage. So there's going to be a lot of cutting and splicing. So I do like the colors in here. Oh, that's an interesting shape. Oh, that's definitely gonna, okay. Some of these are just really interesting on their shapes. really neat, and I like the colors of these bugle beads. So I do have 2 of these mixes and probably enough bugle beads in them to make some earrings, some fringe earrings with the bugle beads. But that again is a project for another day and another time. I'm gonna set these big rounds off into my bag. I don't think I want these big black rounds in here. I think they're too big. And I just dropped one. So don't know where that went. Not even gonna worry about it. Okay. That's a chocolate brown. Well, this is actually a deep jeweled purple color, so that one might work. But I think that is the one that I want. Yep, I think this is the color that I want. So I'm going to use that one. You know what? I think this jeweled purple would be better because of the black beads. Yeah, let's use this jeweled purple. Okay, so I'm gonna stiffen my cord ends and show you guys how I do that. I use this stuff called Fray Check. You can get it in the sewing section at Walmart or wherever you buy fabric. Okay. You just kind of want to saturate your cord end here. And like I said, I'm going to leave this overnight. And I will string all of these on tomorrow. And what you want is about 16 inches of bead on here. I know that I'm not going to need all of these, but I am going to use quite a few of them. And so I'm going to leave that. That'll harden overnight and become a nice little needle.
I decided to go ahead and speed up another section. This is just me talking about the beads, about stiffening up the end of the working cord, about the next project, and then I start stringing on beads. I am recording this at 2 o'clock in the morning. I'm starting to get delirious, and I just start rambling on and on and on. So I decided to speed through this section as well to really shorten the video. Enjoy.
guys, so I am back. I went to bed last night, got everything squared away, and then today, during some breaks in my daytime job, I strung up the beads for our crochet project here. So I just kind of want to show you that. Made sure I got some of the interesting beads going on in here, and made sure those greens are in random places. So I'm really excited to crochet that. So I'm going to show you that. I'm going to get that started and show you that. And then I'm going to set it aside after I show it, and I'm going to put this bad boy together and get it started. I'm going to put the tassel on, and then I'm going to get this started so you can see the start of that project. So I also want to show you, here's the start of the necklace. Pardon me, I apologize. I did go ahead and do a little wire wrap veil on that. My pendant is quite filthy, so I need to polish that. I don't seem to have a polishing cloth on this table, so I do need to polish that, and that can always be done later. But I had some crimps that I think I just pushed to the side here, and we are going to crimp this so that I can take it off the table. I do have some lobster claws here. I'm going to go ahead and put a lobster claw on it, but I think I'm going to need some additional length on this necklace. I may widen my bail just a little bit so that it kind of hugs two of these. So let's just go ahead and do that. Widen that just a smidge and see if that will kind of hold on to those two just a little bit better. This is a 26 gauge wire that I doubled up and kind of wrapped around. It's not the most beautiful bail in the world, but it serves its purpose. I think I did get my wire wrap loop up here a little bit too big, but I wanted to make sure that it fit over the stones. I think it'll be okay. Now, because I'm using soft flex, and this is the extreme soft flex in medium, so it's a little bit better quality than the Econoflex that we used on the last project, I don't feel like I need to use a wire guardian on this one. So I'm not going to. Let's see, I don't think I'll be able to get 2 strands in this labradorite, so I'm going to try, and it will not go. That's fine. With the magical crimping pliers, it doesn't really matter. Okay. They wait till I record and then they want to interrupt. Living in a house of men. It's really not that bad. My husband tried to play a guilt trip on me tonight. He's like, nobody's in the house with me to watch TV, so I'm just going to go to bed. It's 8 o'clock. It's like, well, you know, with my day job, I work late hours, and then sometimes I'm even later doing recorded content for my channel because I don't like football and I don't like half the stuff that he watches on TV. So why not do something I enjoy, which is making jewelry. So that's what I'm going to do. My children are pretty much grown. I have one at home now. All the rest of them are pretty much out of the house. So it's time for me to do what I want to do and what I enjoy to do. All right. Okay. Yep, that's a good. Okay. All right. And here we go. On this side. I may have to, while I'm finishing this up, I may just turn the lights out so we can see if we can catch the glow on the channel, on the recorded video. Okay, let me put my bead stopper back on here just in case, because I want to put my spool of soft flex away so that it's not in the way while we are working on our other projects. Okay, set that aside. All right, the spool is put away, and I've got my necklace coiled up here so that it's nice and loose. Because if you have it too tight, it'll stay tight and it won't give you that flow, that drape that you kind of want with a necklace. So let's see, that is a little bit smaller, so let me let's pull it out just a smidge. It's pretty close, not quite. There we go. Okay, that's really close. So we're gonna go with that. And we are going to smash it. And we've got our ravioli. We're gonna turn it, smash her down again, and just keep going around. They say you don't have to open it very much, but I find that if I don't open it enough just to see if I have it right in the center like it's supposed to be, it will come out and get deformed. So I open it enough at an angle so that I can see the crimp bead in there and make sure I'm spinning it. And then it's landing right in the center so that I get that pretty bead looking finish. All right. This is definitely a shorter necklace than most. Okay. And I've put my pliers away, so I need to get those out. I really like my black handle pliers here. I got these from Randy at Thunder Horse Descendant. I have some Beadalon bent nose chain pliers. I like those as well. I do have some Zuron fine tips, and I have stashed them someplace, and I'm not 100% sure where I've stashed them. They are in that infamous black hole that we all have. I'm going to put these somewhere safe. Well, that safe place is even safe from me because I don't know where I stashed them, and they're like my favorite pliers, second to these. But I like to use them when I'm doing jump rings because I like the smaller nose than the wider nose when I'm opening and closing jump rings. So, oh, let me get a clasp out. Pardon the sniffles. I did have sinus surgery about a month ago, a little over a month ago now. And I still have some drainage and things that the doctors are, and swelling that the doctors are helping with. So I'm still struggling with that. Ugh, let me just drop it. I think my lobster claw might be a little too big for my tiny little jump ring. This is a Tinky Tot jump ring. This is not one that I got from Randy. This is actually one that I got from Jill, and they're by Tiara Cast. I just was looking for a clasp and found these in the drawer. I'm like, well, I don't know where my Tinky Tots from Randy are, and these are the same size, so let's use the Tiara Cast. I'm trying to take a page out of Sarah Lovecraft's book and use it. Why hold on to it? Just use it. Okay. It's definitely a choker on me. If I can even get it clasped, because my little jump ring is a little small. I might have to add a larger jump ring just so I can clasp this thing. Okay. I have a little jump ring right here. Let's just put this on. I know the metal doesn't match, but we're just going to put it on there so that I can see the fit. Okay, I'm definitely going to have to add some chain to this to give it some more length. But I'm thinking what I'm going to do is add an extender chain so that it'll give me the length, but if I want it shorter to where my pendant sits in my collarbone, which is what it does right now, I have that option. Okay. It is a great little necklace for somebody that's not me. So I know it's weird seeing the bust like that, but let me see if I can flip my camera up so you can at least see it on the bust. Excuse the mess on the desk. But all right, there it is on the bust. I think it's really pretty. So again, excuse the mess on the desk. All right, I'm gonna get the camera situated and I'll be right back. Okay, I have got my 6-pound Fireline, and this is in the smoke color. Okay, what we are going to do is we are going to do a scallop finish on this chain. Okay, so you're going to want a comfortable, probably a wingspan and a half of Fireline. And a wingspan is where you take one end of the thread and your spool and you open your arms wide as they will go. That's a wingspan. And you're gonna want to do that 1.5. You want enough thread because you can't add thread to this project. If you run out, you're out. So you want about 2 to 3 times the length of your necklace, of your chain. So our chain is roughly 24 inches. So I want about 48 inches of fireline. And really, it would be better if I could do 84. But that is a really long length of chain. Or not chain, of thread. And you run the risk of getting knotted up. But I want to reinforce my stitches, and that means going through it twice. And since I have 24 inches of chain, it'd probably be best for me to do 2.5 wingspans of thread. But you want to make sure that you go super slow. If you do 2.5 wingspans of thread like I'm gonna do. Just go really, really slow to do this. So there's 1, 2.5. And I just realized I do not have my shears that cut this thread. Fireline is a really tough material to cut. So I really do not want to use those shears, but I think I'm gonna have to. Okay. Where's my sticker? Oh, my sticker came off. I don't know where I stuck my sticker. There it is. This sticker comes on the spool. I like to hang on to that so that I can put my raw end underneath it so the whole spool doesn't come undone. So there we go. Okay. Now I'm going to, of course, move that. Okay. I just flatten the end a little bit to go on my needle better. And I keep getting my bracelet stuck in my drawer here. Might have to take that off to do this project. So this has a relatively good size eye on it, so I really didn't need to do that. But because I'm not going through beads with this, I'm going through chain, I really don't need to have a true beading needle. So, all right. Okay, move my darning needle here. So we have our chain. Now I've got 4 colors of seed beads here. This one is a matte gunmetal color. I'm just going to pour a few out on my tray. This is gunmetal opaque matte. This one is transparent smoke gray. Okay. This one is a hematite. This one is a Czech hematite. These are both Toho. It's helpful if you use the same brand, but you don't have to. There's no rule. These are a size 11.0 seed beads. So you want to kind of match the size of your seed bead to the size of the chain that you're using. And because I'm using a smaller chain, I'm using an 11.0 seed bead. All right. And what color is this one? Transparent black diamond Toho. Okay. I think I'm going to do this in the order that you see them here. And I think, okay, I keep getting notifications. All right, it's tricky to start this. So I'm actually going to skip this one, and I'm going to pick up 4, actually 5 of my seed beads. Okay, and I'm just going to go right through this hole right here. Okay, and I'm going to bring that down, leaving myself a nice tail. And I just realized I do need a beading needle. I don't know what I was thinking. I am working with seed beads. I'm going to leave myself a little tail. And I'm going to pick up 5 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, and I'm going to skip that chain link right there. And I'm going to go through this one. And again, I'm pulling it very slowly because I have a really long length of thread. And I'm trying to avoid getting knotted. Okay. Now, I'm going to tie these two together. And then I'm going to get a real beading needle out, because I'm going to have to reinforce all of this. Okay. All right, now to help me, I'm going to put this jump ring right here. Let's close this jump ring up before I switch to a real beading needle. Okay, this is what our clasp is going to go on. And it's going to be at the bottom. And our clasp is going to hook on. So, I did not think that through all the way either. Okay. We will be making some adjustments at the end, because I should have connected this with a jump ring to the chain so that my clasp had a place to go. All right, let's get a beading needle, because apparently with my sleep-deprived brain, I can't think straight. I'm going to pull out a size 12 beading needle. Actually, I'm going to use a size 10. The smaller the number, the bigger the needle. So the bigger the number, the smaller the needle. So the needle I'm using is a size 10. It's a little bit bigger, but it's small enough to go through my 11 O's a couple times, which is what I want. I want to be able to go through my 11 O beads and reinforce. I don't know why I forgot that step, but I did. Okay. This bracelet's coming off because my little tails on my adjustable clasp are in my way. My computer's going off with messages back there. But I want to get this content recorded so that we can get it posted, and it's posted for Halloween. So I'm just going to reinforce. How about I connect the thread? Okay. All right. That's what stinks about using beading needles, is that the eye of the needle is so small. Okay, come on. There we go. Okay. Now, let's reinforce our first stitch here. And this is just small, or not small, but slow to avoid getting a tangle. Okay. See, I'm getting a tangle because I'm going too fast. So notice that before it got locked in, so I was able to pull it out by just using my finger and going through. Okay, so I'm going to go through my link here and my next couple beads. And we're going to go back down and up and through right there. Okay. And watching to make sure I do not get a knot or caught on things, because that's gonna happen. Okay. All right, there we go. So we're back up through this chain here. Okay, where am I at? Okay. And now we're going to pick up the next color. We're going to pick up 5. All right, we are going to skip this chain right here and go in this one. Okay. And we're going to pick up the next color. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Let's get the tail out of the way. We will weave that in later. All right, so we're coming out of this one. We're going to skip this one and we're going to go into this one. Okay. You see we're getting a little scallop effect going on here. Okay. And we're going to pick up the next color. All right, and we are going to do that one. Okay. Interesting. Okay. And now we're going to go back to our gunmetal mat. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. We're going to go in that one. And I think I went in the wrong direction. So go in that way. From the front, not the back. Okay. Oops. There we go. And we're going to pick up the next color. All right. And we are going to go in through the front and pull. You can see I've got myself a little knot, but it's not a big one. And so there we go. Okay. My beads are wanting to twist around on me. And that is not what I'm wanting them to do. Okay. Let's come back up through here. What did I do? Did I just, okay. Okay, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Let's see if that fixed my problem. And if it didn't, I'm just gonna scrap this whole idea so I can get this video done and posted. Okay, I think that did it. All right, we're gonna go back up through this chain. All right, and we're gonna pick up 5 of our next color. Now when I reinforce the other side of this, I will fix how those are laying. So for now, we're just gonna go on with this. Huh. I just don't think this chain I'm using is doing what I want it to do. It's getting nice and twisted. That's okay. It may turn out exactly what I want. And it may not. Maybe cool, maybe not. Okay. And color 4. Oops. I'm glad I didn't pull that all the way through because I just realized I only got 4 of my color on there and I need 5. So let's pick up number 5. And now we'll go through. And we're going to come up through this chain. Okay. So I think you guys get the idea. I'm just going to keep going. I think this is going to end up really wonky looking, but I'm going to see what my end product looks like when I'm done. But I'm going to stop the video here. I'm going to finish this and our crochet project, and then I will come back and show you everything together. Hi guys, I'm having a little bit of trouble with my camera. It's not wanting to, or really my tripod, not my camera. It's not wanting to sit where I want it to sit. So, I just want to go over, I finished the projects, with the exception, oops, and I just hit the camera. My apologies. Okay, so here's the wrap bracelet. And this is crocheted. So now, if you've ever watched Kelly's Bead Boutique, she has done a variation of the crocheted wrap bracelet. This is inspired by her design. She uses 6 O's. These are just random shaped beads. Some of them are faceted, some of them are not. Some of them look like little mushrooms. I mean, that's a orange looking mushroom. And big rounds, some, you know, seed beads and drops. Just various that were in the Bargain Bead Box Trick or Treat mix. So this is that. What I have not done, and I really do not have time to put it on the video here, I have not added my little square knot adjustable clasp. You guys have seen, I think you've seen me do that before. But if not, I will do it another time in a future video. But I will show it to you on the other bracelet that I literally just had. Oh, there it is. Okay, so you want to cross your cords going in opposite directions so that you can pull it. But here is the adjustable clasp that I did on the Sweater Weather bead mix bracelet. And this is a wrap bracelet. This style of wrap bracelet can be worn in multiple ways. Here's the what it looks like when you wrap it for a bracelet. And you can wear it as a necklace as well and layer it in for multiple pieces. But I will wrap it around my wrist so you can kind of see when it's on how it lays. Okay. So for this particular one, it goes around, it looks like 1, 2, 6 times, possibly 7 on my wrist because I am a 6-inch wrist. But see how it just kind of clusters together? It's really cool. I really like this bracelet. I will probably end up adding the square knots tomorrow during Thunder Horse Descendant morning coffee, which is probably when I will edit all of my videos together and hopefully get them posted before I go to the Kansas City Gem Fest. Or not Gem Fest. Gem show, Gem and Mineral Show. They have it in March and in November. So I'm going with Amy Campbell actually to the November show. Amy lives really close to me, so we're gonna meet up and go to the gem show tomorrow. Okay, so here's the pendant that we did on camera. And this is how the chain ended up. And I just went down one side and up the other and just kind of pieced it together. And then I went through and I reinforced the end and knotted on this end. And just knotted it. Reinforce and knot, reinforce and knot. So, and then I've got this gorgeous beaded chain for my tassel. So I do like that these are uneven. So, and again, I'm going to wear this tomorrow. I think. I didn't make anything else Halloween-y. With the exception of this right here. I can't wear it because it is way too big for me. I mean, that just way too big. Way too big. I can roll it right on and right off. Because, yeah, I'm a 6-inch wrist and the bracelet's 8 inches. So big enough for a man. I don't know if my sons would wear it because it's orange and purple, but I think I would have to take off a full, like, 2 melons and 2 of these for it to be able to fit me. But anyway, that was just funny. So yeah, that is it. So I have not made anything with the ice obsidian. That is on my to-do list. And but for this video, these are the projects that I have done. I've made the beaded chain with the tassel, and I have made our glow-in-the-dark necklace that needs a extension chain added to it. And I just had the bracelet out, so I'll take that out again. The bracelet that is way too big for me. And the wrap bracelet. So I've made 4 projects so far with my October boxes, but I will make more because honestly, I would wear bats and spiders year round, and black beads go with everything. So this will be great. And my extras, I actually got the green ones with the harvest gold stripes that look like squashes. And I'm sorry, that can be worn all fall long, and fall goes technically until the winter solstice, which is in December. So I still have a whole month of fall stuff that I can play with. So, all right. So for now, this is what I have for the bargain bead box. And of course I will make more. But thanks for checking me out. I appreciate your support. Please like and subscribe. Have a good night.